Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I am fully aware that it is March right now. However, I'm a firm believer that it is never too late to aspire after some goals for every year. And last year's video about my goals, I just kind of like listed them off and explained them, and it was like a nice video, but not like my favorite video I've ever posted. Thought what would be more fun this year would be to make like a vision board collage kind of thing. So I have all of these magazines that I have been collecting. There are in fact 30 of them total, which is kind of crazy, but so far on my list of goals that I have written down, I have 11 so far for this year. I might add more later on. So hopefully within these 30 magazines, we can cut out enough images to sort of like make a collage of my like 11 goals for the year. I've never made a video about like a vision board before. I honestly haven't. I don't know that I've made a vision board ever. When I was in high school, I printed out images from like Pinterest and cut them out and made like collages for like my school notebooks, and I thought that was super crafty. So this kind of reminds me of that, so I am excited to see where this will take me. I also have my iPad in front of me with Pinterest pulled up full of vision board ideas so that I am ready to go. And I'll be doing it on this piece of paper. It's kind of flimsy. It came out of a poster frame that I just bought, but I figured it's a pretty big piece of paper and I could use the back of it. And then with some scissors and tape, I feel like we can like really pull together a vision board, so I thought that would be fun. So I think what I'm going to do is for each goal, I'm just going to go ahead and time lapse the process of me finding the images and cutting them out. And then I will come back to you guys with the images that I have to show y'all. And after we have talked about all 11 goals, I will probably just make a time lapse of me making this because I can be a perfectionist and this is a big piece of paper, and I know that I want to be kind of like a collage, but I do know myself and I know that I struggle with like making something look like imperfectly perfect, if that makes sense. So I know it's going to take time, but I will catch you guys at the end too. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on finding images for my first goal, and I will be right back to show you all what my first goal is. Wow, can I just say I learned a lot just trying to find photos for my first goal. My first goal for 2023 is a goal that I always have on my list of goals every year, and that is to double my savings account. Now, with this video, I debated talking about all the goals that I had for last year and whether I met them or not. Every year up until this past year, I was able to meet that goal. It's a reoccurring goal of mine. But this past year was the first year I have not met that goal, and so this year I am determined to make that goal. And so with the theme of doubling my savings account, I was looking for images about saving money. Honestly, there just weren't a lot of like pictures. Is mainly just words that I found. I found this one in an RV magazine, Save Money. I thought I could just clip out that. I thought that would be kind of cute potentially. I also found this, and I love this font. It says A Delicious Inheritance. It is talking about food, but I think A Delicious Inheritance could also be kind of like a play on words towards me saving money. There's a Geico ad called Savings in One Spot. I thought that one was very spot on to what I'm trying to attain here. And then this is kind of like a mental image. It's like a credit card with like a cool background, and then maybe if I want to include the smiling girl I could, or I could just cut her out and just have like the background and show like the things that I could do if I saved money. So that's goal number 1 for this year. And I'm also debating on doing a time lapse for every single goal, because I don't know if you guys are going to find it interesting. I'm sure I will find it interesting playing it back, but since there are 30 magazines, it is a lot to look through, and I didn't even look through all of them. Half of them are like RV magazines. The other half are like food magazines, and then there's like a tiny little bit about crafting and fashion, but the majority of it is like very much grouped into 2 topics. So it's not that they don't have lots of images in them, it's just hard to find more specific images that I'm looking for. So I don't know, we'll see. If I like how the video turns out with all of the time lapses, I'll keep them in, and if I don't, that's the explanation. But on to goal number 2 for 2023. We found lots because goal number 2 is one of the main topics of most of these magazines. Goal number 2 is also a goal I had for last year, and I can't remember remember if I made it or not, but I'd like to make it a bigger goal this year. It's to learn to cook at least 2 new things. I'm trying to challenge myself to always learn how to cook. I always said that I could bake just about anything as long as you give me the recipe, but when it comes to cooking, even with the recipe, I don't feel very confident. So I figure it's a whole year I can learn at least 2 new things how to cook. So the first image I chose, I really like the colors and the graphics, and I specifically think I might just cut out like this much of it, like just the tablescape. I think it's really cool. This one has lots of cute drawings of different foods, and also I just love the fonts of the Joy of the Pizza. I don't know if I'll specifically include it, but I do like the fonts on that. Again, another font one. I just like the kitchen part. I thought inside the kitchen might be a cute cutout, like just ignore the test part. I thought that could be a cute one. This one, I just like the full of flavor, full of comfort part. Again, don't know if I'll include, but I like it. This one, I love the entire image. I obviously won't include the entire image. We don't have space for that, but I love the colors. I just love the composition. Again, I might just do the tablescape. I'm not really sure. This one is kind of like another sketch. I really like the lady in the kitchen here, so I might just cut out this lady right here. And this is the first one I found. I really like the TV with the food. I don't know, just kind of really liked the vibe of it. So yeah, those are the images for that one. And now on to goal number 3. So goal number 3 we also found quite a bit for, which I'm so excited. Goal number 3 is also a goal I had last year and I did not accomplish it, so I want to try again this year. Goal number 3 is to learn how to bake at least 2 new things. It's very similar to goal number 2, to learn to cook 2 new things. But since I love baking, I want to challenge myself to become a better baker by learning how to bake new things. And I love the images that we found for these. So for the first image, I just really love the colors in this, and I think I specifically like the fork with this cake right here. I think that would be a cute cutout. For this one, I love the your desserts taste better. I think that could be kind of like a cute plan where it's like your desserts that you make at home taste better than the ones you could like buy somewhere else. This one I'm just a sucker for. I love the image quality on these strawberries. I love strawberries. I'm hoping this will inspire me to bake more, maybe with fresh fruits. This one I love just because it's like a cartoon of a little dude like baking and listening to music at the same time, and he looks like he's having a good time, so I thought that would be cute. Plus I love the colors in this. This one I'm obsessed with. I love the image of this. Like I probably won't do the whole cake, but maybe just like a slice of the cake. I think it'd be really cute. And then this one's just a little image of someone holding like a piping bag, and I think that one's really cute too. All right, on to goal number 4. I would really like to get involved in at least one activity or hobby like outside of my house for multiple reasons. One, although I'm proud of myself for accomplishing everything I did this past year, this year I would really like to push myself to get out of my house, to explore more, to get involved more, to meet more people, to push myself outside my comfort zone. And I think one great way to do that is to get like involved in an activity or hobby that like meets regularly. And it's not that I have one specifically set, but I think in my heart I would love to start doing like yoga, start going to yoga classes. I did sign up for my local YMCA, and it looks like they have yoga classes once in a while, but I'd really like to do one that like does it consistently. But even if it's not that, I would just like to start getting involved in activities, period. So for the images for this, I chose this strip right here. Has a bunch of different yoga poses, which I think is really cute. This one has some happy bikers at the bottom. I specifically like this one. This one has a beautiful landscape of 2 little kayakers at the bottom. I think I like that one too. Same with this one. We got some kayakers and a hiker. You can't go wrong with that. This one I liked for 2 reasons. One, she's in like a nice sitting pose, and then 2, this one says easy care is essential. I'll probably just like cut off the when you're on an RV part, but like the easy care is essential, and I think that can kind of be a play on words for like self-care. And then this one is also hitting a yoga pose, which I think is cool. And the last 2 both have yoga poses in them, and I like those as well. So definitely leaning towards like the yoga scene, but that doesn't mean I'll necessarily get into it. But since I did gymnastics for so many years, I figured yoga would be a nice, easy way to move my body, yet meet people, and something to be interested in doing. So yeah, on to goal number 5. I looked through just about every single book, or magazine I should say, and I could barely find anything that would be like stretches of the goal, so bear with me. So far I've only pulled out 3 pages, but for goal number 5, my goal of this year is to get my first tattoo. I am currently 23 years old. I'll be 24 in June, and I think I'm ready to commit to a tattoo. I've gone back and forth. I'm scared of needles. I hate getting shots, so on that end I'm not sure how I'll handle it. But there's been a couple tattoos that I've had in my mind that I've wanted to get for like many years, and I think I would like to have on my body. And I don't know, it just kind of feels like a good year to do it. If I can save money for it, I'd really like to do it. So all 3 pages that I pulled are actually from the only wedding magazine that I have. This one is simply a quote. It says, "Only do what your heart tells you," and I feel like that kind of applies to my tattoo goal. I feel like lots of people get pushback on tattoos. I feel like it's a very normal thing to experience when saying that you want to get a tattoo, especially if it's your first one. But my heart honestly tells me all the time that I'd love to have tattoos. It's just a matter of going and doing it, so I thought that was actually kind of appropriate. And then the other 2 are stretches by far. This one, a lady has a tattoo on her hand right here. I know you probably can't see it, but it's right here. So if I need to cut out her hand, I could. And then this one I kind of thought was cute. It's like a tattoo on her arm. I thought I could even like cut out just the arm and maybe even around the face and just have like the brown hair. And yeah, those are the only ones I could find with tattoos in them. It was kind of disappointing, honestly. But maybe as I'm looking for other pictures for my other things, I'll find more. I've already found more pictures for my other goals that I've already talked about. And on the bright side, since I went so thoroughly with this specific goal, I did actually get a jump start on like 3 of my other goals for like photos that I want for them. So those should go much faster. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, that is my 5th goal. So now we will be moving on to my 6th goal. I thought I was going to have to like look through books, but it turns out I've already pulled like enough for this one already. My 6th goal is also a goal that I had from last year. It is to go on at least 5 solo trips. I want to say I filmed 3. And I think I only went on like 3 official solo trips. And I was proud of myself for them and they were a lot of fun, but I would like to go on 5. And I would like to make a couple of them maybe like weekend trips. So like on a couple of the weekends that I have off. If I can make that a goal for this year, I think I would really love doing that. But for this, I first pulled this. I really like this just because of the landscape. I know it doesn't scream like solo trip whatsoever, but most of my solo trips involve hiking, so a lot of these images are going to be around hiking. But I thought this would just be a good background for like to like overlay things on. And then besides that, I also just like the font of Take the High Road at the top. I think that's kind of cool too. I don't know if that really connects with my solo trip, but it kind of does because I have to drive for my solo trips mainly, so I think it kind of applies there, so I like that. This one, I love the colors, I love the images used in it, and I absolutely love this quote in the center. There's never been a better time to load up the rig and hit the road to adventure and excitement. I feel like that's solo trips in like a quote for me. I think this one is really cute. I could see myself using this. The next one I pulled just for the image of the hiker. I could include the dog, but honestly you could just cut out the hiker on the rock and I think that'd be a cool one. Same with this one, another hiker. I really liked it. This one I thought was kind of cute. It has like a column of tips, so like if I wanted just like a column of like safety tips, I thought that could be cute. Or even just like the hiking poles would just be a cute image to cut out. This one I loved mainly for the quote, not the entire quote, but the part that says the year to skip the crowds and to celebrate solitude. I know it's specifically talking about 2020 with COVID and everyone being in isolation, but honestly last year for me, 2022, was also a year heavily of solitude, so worked through a lot of it and discovered that sometimes I don't mind solitude and sometimes it's actually really necessary, so I want to celebrate the fact that solitude is not a bad thing. And the last one again, I'm a big quote girl. I love words. I know I'm trying to find images too, but I mean, I love this image too. I think it's really pretty, but I really love this quote box right here. It says, "No devices, no headphones, no time constraints. Get outdoors and separate yourself from all of life's noises." And I think that's like the biggest takeaway for most of my solo trips is just time away from like society and what's happening in my life and just like focusing on being outside in nature. Honestly, solo trips could include things that don't involve nature specifically, but I love nature so much and I only have so much free time, so you might as well, you know, stack the goals. And if I'm gonna get outside this year, I might as well do it while I'm doing my solo trips. So yeah. Goals number 7 and 8 I've also already pulled enough for, so we're just gonna go ahead and dive right into them. Goal number 7 is to read at least 10 books this year. I did not meet my goal of books read for last year, so I lowered the number for this year to a more realistic number. I think I'm almost done with book 2 for the year, so we're already on a good track, so I'm pretty optimistic that I can do 10 books this year. I'm hopeful. These ones are also kind of stretches in some ways, but I think these are a bit more dead on to what we're looking for. So the first image is this girl reading a book with her her dog. I just love the whole thing. I'll probably just cut out the girl in the book or just the book. I'm not sure. I really like it. This one has a little graphic of a little guy down here reading a book. I thought that was cute too. This one has like a stack of books on a side table, and like that can be part of my goal too, is just like always have a book on hand and just like grab it when I'm not doing anything really productive. I can just, you know, start reading. And then this was the first one I pulled. I honestly don't know that I'll use it. It is a very big image. You could also just use like a piece of this part of the book too. Like I don't have to use like this entire thing, but I do like the quote, "Great reads we can put down." I mean, I know that's like a header for like the section of the magazine, but I think it'd still be like a play on words for like all the books that I've read this year that I couldn't put down kind of vibe. So that's goal number 7. Goal number 8 is that I would love to run my first 5K this year. This is a goal that I'm definitely keeping more on the DL in my life. Like I'm not really like shouting out to the world that this is something I'm working on right now. This is a very personal project for me, so I'm only really going to mention it in this video and probably not talk about it until the 5K that I want to do. But this was a goal of mine a couple years ago, and I totally forgot it was a goal of mine, and I re-remembered it recently. So actually for the past, I want to say 10 days, I've been starting to train for this 5K, I guess. Like I'm being self-taught right now, but doing lots of research on running and how to train for 5Ks and for runs in general. And I'm really excited about it. I've actually really enjoyed the process so far. And on day 1 of me starting to train for it, I had a total of 275 days to train before a Thanksgiving 5K, so I thought might as well get going on it. So yeah, stay tuned to see that video. It'll probably come out in December-ish, I'm assuming. But I am like vlogging throughout the entire process of like updates of like my running progress and stuff like that. So if you're at all interested in that type of content, stay tuned, that is coming. Now these ones are also definitely stretches. I can't believe in any of like my outdoorsy magazines it never had a picture of someone running or just someone in like tennis shoes, so bear with me, but some of these are kind of stretches. The first one I have here is a quote at the top. It says, "Stop dreaming and start doing." I think this is very appropriate for this goal that I have, because the fact that this was a goal of mine like years ago and I just never got around to doing it, like I would love to end this year saying that I've done a lot of new things that I've never done before. I'm just really in that mindset for this year of like trying new things, whether it be experiences or hobbies, food, what have you. I've never like run a race before, and I think that'd be really cool to say that I did that in my life, you know? I think this one's very appropriate to stop dreaming it and to start doing it. I feel like it's a good quote in general when it comes to like working out and stuff like that. This one is heavily a vague reference to running. However, it is a clip about some football player, and the title says "running interference." I don't know if I'll use both words, but at least I have the word running. I would like to at least put that word onto the board. I'm glad I found the word running in one of these magazines. This one I'm going to use for multiple goals. Actually, it has like this checkbox thing that you can check off. And I thought that'd be so cute for a lot of like different goals that I have. So one of them, which I will include for this specific running goal, is sign up and train for a challenging endurance event. I mean, come on, that screams 5K to me. So that one's definitely going on this board. The next one right after it says find an epic hike somewhere you've never been. I feel like that definitely includes like my solo trip goal. Like I feel like that'd be cute. And then the third one relates to the goal of me trying to like do a new activity. It says take lessons to learn a new adventure activity: windsurfing, rock climbing, ziplining, skiing, scuba diving, caving, horseback riding, etc. And I feel like that could be part of my activity goal. So anyway, this was a great find. I'm so excited. It can make the board more interactive and I can like check them off as I do them. So I'm really excited about that too. This one is heavily a stretch. I understand. It literally has nothing to do with running, but it has a person holding a water bottle and like a whole clip about water and how important it is to be hydrated. Technically, it's specifically for your dog. However, runners also have to stay hydrated, so I figured I could use some of this to like show the running thing. And then the last one actually was the very first one I pulled, is this woman jumping in the air. And it's the only clip I could find of someone wearing something that looked like sneakers, kind of. And she looks like she's in action and she's like celebrating a win. And I kind of felt like that's kind of the vibe for my 5K. Not that I'm going to be running to like win the race, but I know I'm already going to be proud of myself no matter what time I get on the race. So I feel like this will be me celebrating after the race. So yeah, those are the ones I pulled for that goal. Goals 9, 10, and 11 I have yet to find any images for. So I'm just going to go ahead and do one more time lapse of all of them, or of me looking for all of them, I should say. Goal 11 I should find very easily, but goals 9 and 10 are going to be very hard. So pray for me that I can find at least like one picture for each of them. I really don't think I'm going to be able to find more than that based on the magazines I have with me right now. But yeah, stay tuned. I will be back to show you what I pulled for goals 9, 10, and 11. with me one more time, as these are all such stretches at this point. Goals 9 and 10 are very similar and things that I thought would have been easier to find in just about any magazine topic, but I guess not. I thought magazines were very well known for these types of ads specifically, so I really didn't think these would be hard to find. I was completely wrong and completely false. So starting off with goal number 9 of 2023, that is that I want to try to do skincare every night. Let me clarify, we are in March and I have already failed this goal. The goal isn't that I do skincare 365 consecutive days. The goal is that I learn how to do skincare every night and to prioritize myself every night. And it ties in a lot with goal number 10 as well. But for skincare, I was able to pull 3 sort of. First one is the biggest stretch and I don't even think I'm going to use it, but it was just in case I literally could not find anything else. It is this quote right here. You can see and feel. This is technically about skincare or just skin in general. It's about eczema is the ad, but that's not the point of why I pulled it. I just think when I do skincare consistently, I can always see and feel a difference, and so this might motivate me if I keep that in mind, that it is important to do it for that reason alone. It makes a difference. The second one I pulled is more self-care related, less skincare specific, but is these ads for these candle votives. They kind of look like bubbly little things. They're purple and yellow right there, and I just think they're cute. And anything that's kind of shaped like that reminds me of skincare in general. So skincare, self-care, I felt like it was kind of in the realm, and I like the colors that it would add to the collage. So we'll still probably use it. And the last one was literally the only image I could find of skincare, period. And it has 2 technically that I could use. First one is at this top. It's just kind of a collage of random skincare products, obviously very skincare oriented. And then the second is a little box set at the bottom, which I could also use. I'm not really the biggest fan of this one, but I will definitely be using this one at the top. So that is goal number 9. Goal number 10 is to do my teeth care every night. This is something I also tend to put on the back burner. It's not that I don't take care of my teeth. I just know A, that I could do better, B, I can be more consistent, and C, just like my skincare, I need to teach myself that no matter how tired I am or exhausted I am by the end of the day, I am worth taking care of. So no one else is going to be brushing my teeth but me. So the only ones I pulled are pictures of people smiling, and I thought I could do that kind of thing where they just cut out the smile in the photo, and so I'll just be like cutting out that. I might cut out like this girl's whole face because she's just smiling in general, and that kind of represents skincare and teeth care, even though she's wearing makeup in the photo, I know. But yeah, these are stretches by far, and I am fully aware of that. That's literally all I could find. Not a single ad on toothpaste, flossing, dental care, nothing with health insurance that specifically was dental. So yeah, I mean, as long as it makes its way onto the board somehow in some facet, I think we're still making it a vision board, you know what I mean? And then my last goal for number 11, I had no problem finding photos for this because I think I have like 4 magazines on this topic, so obviously I was going to find photos for it. I will say I am intrigued to see how it's all going to look on the board. But my last goal so far for 2023, goal number 11, is to finish my t-shirt quilt. I don't know if I've mentioned it on my YouTube that I'm in the middle of trying to make a t-shirt quilt. I have not gotten very far, and you'd think by now I would definitely be further along in the process. And now that I know that I'm living here in the same apartment because we renewed our lease for at least another year, I feel like that means I should take the materials that I've already paid for, all the tools that I've already paid for, and I don't know, actually use them. I would really love to finish this t-shirt quilt this year if it's possible. It's a very long process to make a quilt, period. But it's going to be an even longer process if I never do it. So the goal is to finish the t-shirt quilt. I am going to tell you right now, though, that if I make any progress on it, I'll be happy about it. So the goal is to finish it, but we'll see how this year goes, you know. So the images I pulled have this cute little like Polaroid framed moment of someone like with a sewing machine. I thought that was super cute. Like a little sewing caddy here. I thought I could just like cut out a corner of it, like not the whole thing, just like a corner of it. I thought that'd be cute. This one is postcard quilts, and that's not what I'm doing, but I thought they were so cute and so inventive that get the juices flowing when I look at my board, you know. This one, I just liked the very top of this, which says from the Quilt Maker Pattern Collection. I thought that'd make me feel more official making my quilt because I'm not a quilter. This is the first quilt I'll be making, and I need like emphasis, the push to feel like I'm a professional. So I thought, even though I have no affiliation with Quilt Maker, I thought that would make me feel better. I don't know. This one has like a double-sided feature. I really like the sketches of like just sewing in general. I thought these are really cute, so I think I might put them somewhere on the vision board. This one makes me laugh, and I don't think I'll include it, but also part of me is like, you should include it because this is hilarious. Either photo of this girl sewing is so funny to me, and I think it'd be so creepy in a way and also stick out on my vision board a lot. But I don't know, it just seems so memey to me that I'm like, how can I not do it, you know? Also, I don't think memey is a word, but it's me trying to say it's like a meme with a Y at the end. Memey. Anyway, that's how it feels to me, and I think it'd just be really funny to include. So we'll see if I have space for it, but I had to rip it out. I was like, this is just too cute. This one, I just love the colors of it and like the vintagey feel. I have a couple rotary colors, so, and a cutting mat already, so just like that it says hail hail, the gang's all here, and it has the rotary cutters. I just think that's really cute, so I would love to include it. It's just a really big image is the problem. And then the last one I pulled is this column of images of someone just sewing. I don't even know what she's sewing, but I just like how it's like numbered and it's in a column and it kind of looks like a photo strip. I thought that'd be cute just for the overall aspect of the collage. So yeah, that is all my images that I have pulled. I think I can now go ahead and start working on the actual collage process itself. I have a feeling this is going to take me hours, so I might have to do like cut scenes in and out of a time lapse because I don't know how long a time lapse is going to be, but now that I have all the images ripped, it should be 10 times faster. I just need to start cutting and start placing and taping it down. So I'm so excited to see how it turns out. Stay tuned. Real quick before I start the time lapse of me doing it, I just wanted to show you the entire layout of my room right now. These are all the magazines I was working with. This is my iPad with the Pinterest board inspo and music that I got going on. And then these are all my piles for my goals as well as my goal list. And this is the piece of paper that I will be using too. So yeah, stay tuned. I have a lot of ideas and I don't think they're even going to look anywhere near cohesive aesthetic as the ones that you see on Pinterest in the slightest. I just need inspo when it comes to like different shapes, sizes, overlapping, making sure it's not like just like perfect little squares put everywhere because I would like it to be like a collage, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm somehow going to figure out how to set you guys up so that you guys can see my progress as I do this. Stay tuned. I do not know what y'all's view will be looking like, but this is my current view and this is what I will be looking at for at least the next hour, so yeah. Change locations because my back is killing me. This is how it turned out. I think it turned out so cute. It was so much fun to do. It took me like 3.5 hours to do, so it was a long time. But it's so cute. I can't wait to hang it up on my wall and to show it off and to be inspired all year long. I'm so excited. 10 out of 10 recommend doing. It was a lot of fun. It just took a lot of time to do. Anyhow, that is all for today. As always, I hope you guys are having a good day, and if you're not, that's okay too. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!